Hello, hello. It's your host with the most toast, always after the bread. Ben streaming low key. Pleasure to have you on tonight's live stream. What up, push up gang? I hope you've all been doing your daily push ups. I have, and it's been keeping me out of trouble, tired, and my bed is looking so good right now. But first of all, we need to stream and we need to get an introspective chat. And we are no ordinary channel. We are about introspective discussion here, mastery of the mind, body, and soul. And if I could have been having more discussions like this 10 years ago, I think it would have been a great benefit. In a way, I kind of or was, but with the depth of resources available on YouTube right now, there's a lot of good stuff that I feel we can all add to the conversation and congregate here and share it. Hello, viewer. Hi out there. Please comment in the chat. I'd love to know who you are, and what you're all about. And this is all about a discussion. Anyway, today's topic within a topic, is surrounding yourselves with friends who give energy rather than take energy. You know the type. You know that friend who every time you deal with them, you just feel drained. And you're just like, oh boy, they take and they take and they take. And surrounding yourself with people who do not value you is a tax. And I'm very guilty of it, of having those friends who are just too much drama to keep around, and you never really seem to get anywhere. Or maybe you do get somewhere, but you go a lot further if you were around people who first of all valued you, respected you, you had some semblance of trust, and they were people of their word, and you actually can build and grow something together. And literally in my prayers, I often pray that I can have the inner strength and just the know-how and the knowledge to know when I'm in a situation of no benefit, and just to walk away in due time. Granted, no one is perfect and we all make mistakes and we all have that naivete, but sometimes that really makes you a target. And it's always better to know your worth and not leave it till you're at your worst and you're like, oh, I have to get them back. I have to snap back. I have to sink to their level and try to beat them at pettiness, which is not the way you want to do things. You want to very calmly and very stoically know ahead of time that I don't really feel like going down this particular road. I am going to sort of take a step back and keep yourself guarded, not in a very defensive way, but in a way of it is better to avoid a problem than to have to deal with it kind of attitude and energy. And if I had to give real concrete examples of this, keeping yourself busy is a brilliant way to stay out of trouble. For example, if you are part of the push-up gang, I think we can call ourselves that. If you are doing your daily push-ups, you're always busy. You don't have time to be getting into fights. You don't have time for arguments. You won't have the energy to be up late at night looking for mischief. You're going to be tired from push-ups and growing and going forward. And those who are about laziness and don't really want to be part of the endless push-ups are not going to want to be around you. You must exude a positive energy that those who just want to complain and go nowhere and try drain you shouldn't be able. You should be a taste that is not palatable to them, if I may say that. And once you sort of establish that within your life, you're going to see other people around you just are not going to be interested in hanging out with you. And when you have a certain self-respect and backbone to yourself, people who really want to take advantage of you are going to know that you're just not worth the effort to try swindle this guy here, swindle him there. There's nothing that I could really get from him. And when you don't have that neededness within you, people pick up on it, that this guy's always busy, this guy's always going somewhere. And those who also want to go somewhere within their lives are going to want to join in with you. So really establishing yourself firmly in your life of someone who's going somewhere and chasing a particular dream or direction, such that those who aren't about it can now be on their way, no hard feelings. You want to be almost have enough deterrence away from the type of friends who are just out to drain you or out to use you. And just having the knowledge of this as well, which often comes through experience. But if you are able to learn from other people's experience, that could also save you a lot of time and energy. And definitely avoiding drama. If you can avoid a lot of drama, the emotional strain of having to deal with it afterwards can also be avoided, which is such a crucial thing. I find as I'm getting older, I value my peace a lot more, and not having to have endless long chat arguments back and forth where I'm writing people long messages to say, you disrespected me in this way, da da da. They know they disrespected you. They don't value you, which is at the core of a lot of these things. And as you get more mature and you have more experience, you can see the end result a lot quicker. You understand pointless conversations that go nowhere, and you understand where the off ramp is. Like, oh, I think I'll be going off this roundabout about here. I think I've had a bit enough abuse for a while. I've been bamboozled enough times, hoodwinked enough times, that I now know when something clearly is not for me. And when you're in the push-up gang, your self-growth is always core. Don't give energy to situations that don't grow you, that you're not getting paid for, that are really, completely pointless. So internet beefs and this beef, that beef. We're vegan here. We're not beefing with anyone in that sort of way. So what are you doing tonight? I'd really love to know in the comments below. How are you growing yourself? How are you going forward? And hang around the type of friends who challenge you. Now, it's normal to have disagreements, no doubt, but in a respectful way that we grow. And how are your friends helping uplift you, challenge you, grow you? How are you growing together with your friends? Notice how that's so key and core. People who don't respect you don't really want to grow from you. They're very interested in what they can get uh, from you. And you must really be the type of person with enough backbone that you don't have to be even defensive about it. You're just the way you carry yourself enough should be the deterrent for me to say one more time. And my life is pretty much all about that. I'm either studying Japanese or I'm working out, or those are the main kind of things. It deters a lot of people, but the people who I'm supposed to know are going to come straight towards me. And that is such a beautiful thing. If I have to think about it, it simplifies my life in the most amazing way. I don't have to be using money to try and impress them or try one up them with a story about how I'm traveling for the fifth time this week, or I'm doing this, or I'm making so much money, I'm so great. I don't have to build myself up to other people. They will build me up. And I want this particular YouTube channel to be about that. I don't want to have to come out here and brag about how many Rolexes I own or how many Ferraris I want to buy, but rather have your own completeness within yourself, which is something I really want to strive for this year, and really having pride in my way of living life. That ikigai. If you haven't come across that word, it's a very important Japanese philosophy on fulfillment and happiness. And when you're not around energy draining people, but energy filling people, it's going to make your life a whole lot easier to go forward. And I feel like delving into another topic, but I'm going to save it to tomorrow for tomorrow's live stream. And an idea just came to mind as we're doing this episode. But I think I'm going to save it for all of you there. If you enjoyed this episode in any way, thank you so much. It is a pleasure having you here. Ben streaming low key. I'm signing out, and I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe out there.